Hello and welcome to Indian Story. There is nothing more beautiful and exciting than story. Everybody has a story. In fact, the story is a light. Now let's watch what this story has to say.
My name is Arvinder Brara. I'm Chairman and Managing Director of Mantech Consultants. Ethics and ability to sell your ideas, your thoughts, I think these are two pillars of success. Backbencher, I had people who were not so good in studies and they said, सीनियर कैम्ब्रिज तो शायद पास ना कर पाएं तो पंजाब मैट्रिक प्राइवेट अप्लाई कर देते हैं. Very important when you have a challenge and it is stressful and it is imposing on you that you must be cool. Of course, it's easier said than done, but God has been kind. I was born in 1944. I am a young 77 years old. I feel like 47. And I was born in Firozpur. My father was in the army doctor. So he was posted in Firozpur as a major in the Army Medical Corps when I was born. My schooling was for a brief time in Agra in the convent of Jesus and Mary. But majority of my schooling has been in Dehradun, in St. Joseph's Academy. And I was very fortunate because it's a very, very good school. I was always a backbencher, but somehow very good in studies. I was very inquisitive right from the start. My father's name is Brigadier Narinder Singh Brara. He was a very eminent orthopedic surgeon, a double FRCS from UK, and he's been a very good role model because what he encouraged was a lot of reading. He himself read a lot of books on how to win friends and influence people, and you know, these classic good books, and he would encourage us, me and my brother. So his encouragement to improve oneself through reading and through other activities has been of great benefit to me. My mother, late Satwant Kaur Brara, an amazing person because she was so gifted. She took up painting and she could do very well. She was very methodical. Since my father was a committed doctor, he would be in the hospital for hours and not come in time for lunch, etc. So she learned to utilize her time by very good planning and she kept up with the family. So I learned from her how to plan and have good relationships with others. She was very, very good at that. My brother is Dr. Jaswinder Singh Brara. He's a retired IAS. The doctor is a PhD, not a medical doctor. And I'm very proud of my brother because he did some excellent work. My father has been a very major inspiring force, and Peter Drucker, he's a guru of management. He has also been a very inspiring person because he would take classes when he was very senior, 70 plus or more, And other teachers would give a break for coffee, but he was so passionate about the teachings that he could go on for 3 hours or so without a break, and people loved it. So my father and Peter Drucker. I take challenges as a fun opportunity because it makes you feel more alive. I have always been, interestingly, very cool because it's very important when you have a challenge and it is stressful and it is imposing on you that you must be cool. Of course, it's easier said than done, but God has been kind. Very serious challenges, I have been able to think clearly, think through it and overcome the challenge by being cool. I joined Rotary in the 1980s, so I've been a Rotarian for over 30 plus years, and I think it was one of the best opportunities I got to give back to society. I am also a Paul Harris Fellow and a major donor, which goes to serve society. My own projects, I've been president of the Rotary Club of Delhi South, which is a very prestigious and recognized club. So some of the outstanding work we have done is in polio eradication. We have also done work on club foot, given a lot of help to people for operating so that they are not left with a disability. Also, since I am also in environment and a passionate environmentalist, we have through Rotary Club planted a lot of trees, and also we have helped old age homes, destitute children, Mother Teresa's home. We host the Sunday lunch through my club, and then we all go and serve people. So it's a very satisfying thing. But through Rotary, we have also traveled the world. As a group, I think we've covered Europe, Africa, Mauritius, Maldives, perhaps 30-40 countries, together as a group of 15 couples or 30 people, which has been very, very memorable and very enriching. From Rotary, what one has learnt is that the maximum happiness you get is from giving. And Rotary has taught me and many others who are members about various ways to give back to society. We all generally know of one or two ways, but there are many, many ways. So I think the joy of giving and serving society and community, this is what Rotary has given to me. My first book was Practical Guide to Managing People, which was written when I was doing my MBA at the University of Hawaii in Honolulu. I had gone there on an East-West Center grant, which is better than a lottery because lottery gives you money, but this gave you free passage, scholarship, book allowance, and everything. So through the East-West Center and University of Hawaii, when I was doing this course of MBA, I spoke to my teacher. I was in my late 20s. So I asked my teacher that I would like to write a book covering so that those who can't come to do an MBA, they should be able to read all about the MBA in that book. So he was very encouraging. He said, "Yo, that's a good idea." We sent the chapters and we asked for an advance because I knew that if you don't ask for an advance, they could back out at any time. So we got the princely sum of $3,000 in those years, and the book was published. Those days, books could be published because of the merit of the book. Today, that's no longer the case. Today, book publishing has become more materialistic. Either you have to be a well-known author, or you have to be able to spend a lot of money to promote the book, then only publishers will do that. But that was not the situation there. So that was the first book. Then my next book was The Art of Getting People to Say Yes, which you can use with your husband, you can use with your children, you can use with anybody to get them to agree to what you're saying, as long as what you're saying is ethical and not harming them. And The Art of Getting People to Say Yes is based on my training, professional selling skills with Xerox. You see, the book on health I wrote because I felt that, most important thing in one's life is good health. And people don't have a full understanding. So in this book I've covered, the body has 36 organs. So I've covered each organ. कौन सी exercise उस organ के लिए अच्छी है, कौन से खाने foods are good for that. So this is to help people to improve their health by following, also it covers yoga, exercise. So the book gives practical tips. The other book which I have written is on building immunity. क्योंकि मुझे लगा कि जितना भी ये कोविड आ रहा है और फ्यूचर में भी कोई नई स्ट्रेन आने वाली हैं, the best defense, of course, vaccination is also building immunity, but more than that, you must build up your own immunity, and a lot of people don't do that. Eating the right food, exercise, having your weight under control. There are so many factors, so I've listed that. And one of the most important factors is removing stress, which is of course easier said than done, but it covers how you can reduce stress. क्योंकि आपका जो माइंड हेल्दी होगा तो आपकी बॉडी भी हेल्दी होने के चांसेस ज़्यादा हैं. So this book is of course available on Amazon under my name, Arvinder Brara, and Building Immunity. The East-West Center in Honolulu, Hawaii is a very great and respected institution formed to work closely along with the University of Hawaii to provide cultural and technical understanding between the East and the West. This is funded by the US Congress and by various organizations and charitable institutions around the world, and helps in really creating a very major achievement in promoting cultural and technical interchange between the East and the West. I'm very proud to have been part of this institution by going there, and I worked and also after this with Xerox Corporation. So it's an excellent opportunity, and this is available to people from all over the world who can apply for this grant called the East-West Center Grant. Mr. Ratan Tata has also been one of the prominent people associated with this institution, and as have been many other well-known personalities around the world, and therefore it is something which is a landmark in my life to have been exposed to being together with people from Japan, from China, from all over the world, discussing subjects while doing the MBA, which brings an understanding unparalleled anywhere else. Golf is a great sport because it teaches you patience, follow through, humility, sportsmanship, and camaraderie. And it is my favorite sport. When the Super Seniors tournament organized around the world in 2021, and it was something which was played over 130 cities around the world in maybe over 400 golf courses. I played really well and got the Super Senior, that means over 70 years championship award. I am a very firm believer in God. हमारे घर में गुरु ग्रंथ साहब है तो मैं रोज़ उसका प्रकाश करता हूँ. You know, God is within ourselves, but you have to recognize it. So the spiritual thing is really reading the Guru Granth Sahib. And one can read Guru Granth Sahib or Gita or any book, but one should be able to concentrate and absorb and understand the meaning of that particular stanza and then try and practice this. We got married in 1968. I was quite not a playboy, but I had a lot of girlfriends. So my mother got worried and she said कि भाई ये लड़का तो हाथ से ना जाए, किसी गलत लड़की के साथ फंस ना जाए. She said, बेटे, don't you think that it's time you got married? I had a very good job. I was a senior management trainee with Shriram Group and commercial manager and so on. So I thought I was being very clever. So I told her कि भाई here is my list of 30 points. जो कोई आप ढूंढ दोगे तो I will be happy to marry, thinking कि ये तो impossible है, कोई मिलने वाली है नहीं. तो then I met, they introduced me to Dolly through some family friends. She sang a song in French. She could play the sitar. She'd been senior under officer in the NCC in the Republic Day, and she met all the 30 points. And I even had a trick question for her while we were, courting in Taj, Agra, they used to live in Agra. So I asked her, कि भाई, what will happen if we disagree after marriage? जो मैं कुछ कहूँ और आपको ना ठीक लगे तो she gave a very clever and good answer. She said, look, you are elder to me, you are more qualified. So as long as you listen to what I have to say and then take a decision, I'll go with your decision. So I'm very fortunate. I think God has been kind. I've got a very, very good partner, and she's been a great help and a source of whatever success I've achieved. Well, she is a very, very caring person. To be honest, much more caring than I am. I mean, I'm also caring, but I'm caring in a practical way, whereas she's caring without any conditions, which is great, and I really admire her for that. She's genuinely very soft-hearted, and she likes to help people. So as president of the Inner Wheel, she's also done a good job.
My husband, he's been a doting husband and also always taken my opinion in consideration. Even if we've been, differing on a certain thing. And also he's always tried कि मेरे को किसी चीज़ की तकलीफ नहीं होए, and to keep me happy, and he's always light mood. हमारी arguments भी खास नहीं होती, I would say, and he's been very doting husband.
We have only one son. His name is Arvinder Brara. He is 51 and he is based in USA, in Los Angeles. So we go there twice a year, and we have a granddaughter, Seher. So she's very, very affectionate, as you know, all granddaughters. So it's he has his own company in the US, which is in IT work. So he is very deep into IT and handling customers, and he's very popular with them because he's also got the caring nature from his mother. My daughter-in-law, Anjum, is a very great support to him. She also helps in various aspects of invoicing and various other things and management areas. Both of them are very happily married, and they are a source of great love and affection to us and to the family. My favorite singer is Jagjit. तुम इतना जो मुस्कुरा रहे हो, क्या गम है जो छुपा रहे हो.
तुम इतना जो मुस्कुरा रहे हो, क्या गम है जिसको छुपा रहे हो, क्या गम है जिसको छुपा रहे हो, तुम इतना जो मुस्कुरा रहे हो.
So he is my favorite singer. Actor is concerned, Amitabh Bachchan, I think is no secret. He is very, very versatile. Chalti Ka Naam Gaadi, because it was great fun. Purani film hai, but good fun. And you know, you should see the films to enjoy and have a nice time. चौदहवीं का चांद हो या आफताब हो, जो भी हो तुम खुदा की कसम लाजवाब हो, चौदहवीं का चांद हो. फेवरेट पॉलिटिशियन में आज के दिन तो मैं कहूँगा नितिन गडकरी. मोदी जी भी बहुत अच्छे हैं, पर मोदी जी का ये है कि देर आर सम कंट्रोवर्सीज. ऑफ कोर्स आई एडमायर हिम, बट नितिन गडकरी की कोई कंट्रोवर्सी नहीं है. और जितने आपके लिए हाईवेज हैं, जितना बढ़िया काम किया है, आई हैव पर्सनली इंटरेक्टेड विद हिम. ही इज़ वेरी डाउन टू अर्थ, नो ईगो, no shosha, and is a very, very good solid worker, and he great contribution to improving the highways in the country. So I would say he's my favorite. My message to the youth of the country is that first and foremost, be truthful and ethical, which is general thinking today is youth has to be extra smart and, you know, be chalu and be able to get things done, which is wrong. Because what is rare today in the youth is honesty, integrity, ethics and truthfulness. So if you have competence, if you are intelligent and you are also ethical and truthful, ultimately your employer or your social contacts all will appreciate you. So the message is, don't be taken in by all these allurements to take shortcuts. Be truthful, honest and ethical.
एक प्यार का नगमा है, मौजों की रवानी है, जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी कहानी है, एक प्यार का नगमा है.
Yes, we are all unique. We come and go. But these stories are legacy forever. Do share your story with Indian Story anytime, anywhere. And don't forget to subscribe our channel